Today, in the nerdy news you need to know about, PC gamers are not happy with Borderlands 4, and if you ask me, probably soap. PC gamers, am I right?
I'm trying to keep a straight face.
Neil Druckmann gives an update on Intergalactic, and Battlefield 6's Battle Royale is finally revealed. We'll have all this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily.
Greg, where are you playing most of your games on? Like,
Well, I mean,
where did you play Borderlands?
I played it on a Razer Blade 16.
Okay.
That's a gaming
Personal computer?
Well, yeah, it's a gaming laptop, and I've been using what you're driving at is yes,
Right.
I play a lot of things on my ROG Ally X because I love that. But it's very simple. If it's portable, it's a Vita 2. It's part
still
of the Vita
PC
2
game.
lineup.
Andy, I'm going to need you to sniff this man, see if he's been near soap lately.
I will let you know, I almost walked out of the house not brushing my teeth today. Now, granted, was it 4:45 in the fucking morning?
Yeah.
Yes, but I ran back and brushed my teeth. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Friday, September 12th. And Steam is very cool. I say this all the time. Xbox game,
Yeah, I'm going to need you to sniff this man.
I'm just saying there's good deals out there, too.
Yeah.
I was playing a point-and-click adventure last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Games Daily. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Hispanic heartthrob Texas treat Latino heat, clicking heads and ripping them to shreds. The globe-trotting, headshot, and three-point shooting, rootin' tootin' nitro rifle from Twitch.tv. Andy Cortez.
I'm telling you what right now. If I stepped on a basketball court, 3-point contest against Roger, I would spot him 80 of the 100 3-pointers, and I would still beat him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, Roger.
A rhythm.
You know what I mean?
Well, he
any
thinks he's
sport.
going to be better than me by August of next year. That's his promise.
Oh, okay.
He's like, in a year, I'm going to challenge
Has he
you.
seen you? Because you're really good at shooting three-pointers.
But I don't know if he's actually seen himself either.
Oh, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
I mean, he saw himself try to skip that one
Lack
time.
of motor skills.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
It's really
yeah.
shocking.
Andy, how are you feeling? It's 8:48 a.m. as we record this. That is roughly an hour before we usually go live. We, of course, have already reacted to the 6 a.m. Nintendo Direct. We've already done a post-show review Gamescast. Are you tired yet?
No, I feel good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it comes down to going to bed early, you know?
Yeah, what time did you go to
I
bed?
went to bed like around 9:50 or
Holy
10.
shit, yeah, okay, that's early. Yeah,
I was really
yeah.
kind of early in there. So yeah, woke up feeling good. It was one of those things though where I underestimated how long the trip to work actually is because I was like, I should be fine. There's no traffic.
Yeah.
But it really felt like the Nintendo gods are like every red light. You get every red light. every red light.
You made it, though.
Feel great though.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
feeling awesome.
Yeah. When I got up, I felt it where I was like,
Really?
oh, there it is, there it is.
But you
I
have a
mean-
kid, yeah.
Well, no, I think that makes me impervious to think. I think it was just the Games Pass post show. I usually get to be like you. I'm a bump on a log. What do you want to know, Tim? I can throw some shit at you.
Right.
But this one I was driving and keeping going. And I was still doing my other job where I read the little press release blurbs I get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God forbid Tim get up for this.
God forbid. Where is he?
He's a monster. I don't know.
Terrified.
Of course, if you want our full reaction, you can get it on your Gamescast feed, whether that be youtube.com/kindafunnygames under the live tab. Some people get very confused. Under the live tab. Or over on your Spotify, Apple, or other podcast feeds. You can get it there. Remember, of course, that this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday, we run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, and podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, pick up a Kinda Funny membership. Patreon.com/kindafunny, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, Apple or Spotify. You give us $10 and we give you 80 episodes of ad-free content a month. And of course, your daily dose of me, Greg Miller, in a series we call Gregway, which is usually 15 to 20 minutes of me yakking at you about, hey, what's going on? Here's what's happening, blah, blah, blah. Did I do it today? No. Do we have a special guest? Yes. You'll hear about it in a second. Of course, if you're watching live, you have a special job. Keep us honest by going to kindafunny.com/you're wrong. Tell us what we screw up as we screw it up. And of course, YouTube Super Chat to be part of the show, just like Neon did. There's more there, but it's cut off. And sometimes it flips out when I try to expand it. No, Neon Mariah. Good day from Sydney, Australia, lads. I'm moving this weekend, and I have so many action figures and Lego. Need all the positive vibes. Love you all.
Oh gosh.
Andy,
are they
send
in
the vibes.
danger of like breaking and falling?
We're sending our vibes. We're sending positive vibes.
Audio listeners, we're holding our hands up.
We were.
Send vibes.
I don't think it's so much in terms of Well, I mean, Legos, I guess, can whatever. It's more like there's just a lot of shit to move. Got to be careful with it.
Yeah, but moving an action figure that won't break apart into a million pieces a lot less
But it's more
stressful.
like you have them on the stand. You don't have the boxes anymore. You're wrapping them in tissue, putting them in there, I assume.
It just seems like a nightmare.
Yeah, no, it sucks.
For
I wouldn't do
Lego
that.
stuff, yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, Lego, just break it up, throw it in the box.
I mean, but...
No, I know.
Yeah.
Of course, remember, we are an 11-person small business all about live talk shows. You already got our Nintendo reaction to review what?
Shaggy Sasquatch. Is Tim in Mexico? Is that why we're not talking about it? What happened there?
We don't know where he is. He's on assignment. Tim is on assignment. You'll hear about it soon enough. We already got the Gamescast. Go watch that. Go listen to it. Get the things there. Then the stream after this is going to be the one, the only Blessing Adeoye Jr. jumping into that new Donkey Kong DLC that Shadow dropped today during the Direct. So get out there. Ooh-wee. If you're a Kind of Funny member, today's Gregway is yet another 2 in 1 week. It is another Cool Greg video game review.
Nice.
Cool Greg is reviewing Gloomy Eyes with Roger today, and I'm very excited to hear about that. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs and Delaney Twining. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Factor.
Oh, hold on. What's after Let's Playing Donkey Kong?
This is the problem with letting Roger build the show.
Fucking Roger.
He just ignores the housekeeping channel, you know?
Fucking Roger.
After Donkey Kong DLC stream, you can come to youtube.com/kindoffunnygames for the YouTube premiere of the entire Hollow Knight Silk Song marathon. Hey, Barry, click the edit video and uppercase that E. That's going to drive me crazy an entire.
But people love that.
No.
People love that.
I'm also going to update the game to Silk Song and not the original Hollow Knight.
The game's called Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yeah, but he's talking about the browse game
But
down
the
there.
browse game, it says
but that's just
you
that's
put it
just
in the Hollow Knight.
That's an
does
auto
that.
pull. That's an auto pull.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get mad at him about that. All right? Don't get mad at this kid.
No, people love lowercase in titles. Look. If we want to be big and popular and famous,
It's
like
not gonna help
Alana
with
Pierce,
SEO.
who she claims I'm her rival.
Who?
Alana Pierce says that I'm her rival, which is like a great honor for me. But like that's like saying the '90s Cowboys and the Bills are rivals because the Bills lost 3 times. You know what I mean? Like. There's no rivalry there. When we look at every one of her videos, Alana Pierce has 300,000 views on every video, never a capital letter to be seen. I challenge you to go look for one.
But like, if she's doing
killing
all lowercase, that's fine. You uppercase everything except entire.
Because
choose
it's
one
not
or
a
the other,
proper
man.
noun.
I fixed it.
Thank you.
I also
Nobody's gonna watch it.
I mean, if you
anymore.
want to, here's what I'm saying. If we want to do the Alana method, go in there, lowercase everything. I'm fine.
People
do
see
it.
that and go, "Wow, this company must be very relaxed."
They're like, wow, they're in such a hurry to get this. This is like breaking news content. That's how they got it up there.
But by the way, it's a 26-hour marathon video from the last 2 days of me streaming it. It's both days combined into one. So sit back and relax over the weekend after Blessing plays Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Striving for a long marathon stream. Again, the cool thing about these YouTube premieres is you can rewind and go back to whatever moments you want to watch, and you can go see all the stunning stuff that happens, including
Nailed it.
You know, Mike and Roger maybe going to a food truck and maybe asking the dude there to flip food into their mouths.
They do it.
I hate this. I hate it all over.
Yeah.
You crushed it. That's great. That's. I bet it's going to do better because of that. Thank you, Alana.
Looks good.
Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs and Delaney Twining. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays and Factor. We'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is and forever will be the Roper Report. Time for some news. 5 items on the Roper Report.
A baker's dozen.
Number 1A. Roger's done a 1A and at least a 1B. Borderlands 4 is getting clobbered on Steam with negative reviews. This is Blair Marnell at GameSpot. I've been up for a long time. I'm sorry, everybody. I've been talking even longer. Borderlands 4 has been one of the most anticipated games of the year. It launched on Steam earlier this week with over 175,000 concurrent players. Note from Roger. The all-time Steam peak is now 207,479 as of 12 hours ago, the highest all-time peak for any Borderlands game. Back to Blair. However, the game's negative reviews on Steam are also piling up, and the most common complaints come down to Borderlands 4's poor performance on PC. Steam user Satan Claus. We've been up too long to be listening to Satan Claus. calls Borderlands 4, quote, the unholy trio of pricing, Unreal Engine 5, and Denuvo. What is that?
De Novo. I have no idea what that is.
Although Satan Claus calls the title, quote, the best Borderlands since 2, end quote.
Anti-cheat piracy software.
With praise for the writing, gunplay, and world, he added that none of that, quote, none of that matters when you can't play for more than 10 minutes without a hitch, a crash, or your frames falling off a cliff. It's like locking a gourmet meal behind a glass case and handing us a plastic fork, end quote. Rage cited Borderlands 4's terrible optimization and noted that it's, quote, not worth buying in its current state unless you have a NASA PC, end quote. Nate left a positive
Wait,
review.
hold on. I misread this, and I thought the next sentence was, NASA left a positive review.
Nate left a positive review, but still feels he needs to mention that, quote, it really is frustrating, even me with a 4070 Ti Super can barely get 60 frames with upscaling. This is a cartoon game. Fix optimization with a few updates, and I think it could be really good. But wow, this may be some of the worst optimization ever, end quote. Time Period notes that, quote, the PC version is nearly unplayable. With an 7900 XTX and an Ryzen 7 9800 X3D 8-core CPU at lowest settings on 1080p, I am getting stutters and screen tears constantly. Do not buy until these issues are fixed, end quote. Gearbox has responded to a handful of negative reviews with links for optimizing NVIDIA card graphic settings and a PC troubleshooting guide. It's also worth noting that there are a lot of positive reviews for Borderlands 4 on Steam as well, and the game currently has a mixed review rating. The PC specs for Borderlands 4 were reshared earlier this week with recommendation settings and minimum requirements. GameSpot's Borderlands 4 review scored the game at 7 out of 10 on PC and described it as, quote, the most mechanically sound Borderlands game to date, end quote. The game is out now for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, but Switch 2 owners will have to wait until October 3rd to get their hands on it. Andy.
Hey, Greg.
Of course, PC codes were the only ones provided for us. Snowbike Mike talked a little bit about this in the review. We didn't beat it over the dead horse because of the amount of updates and patches this game got during reviews, but it was at one time running horribly for all of us. Patches did get it up to running fine. However, this is funny if you watch the thing, and I was like, it's not an ad. I was using the Razer Blade 16 with a 5090 in it, a beefy gaming laptop.
Right.
And the most common refrain in the office was, Greg, that sounds like it's about to take the fuck off. Because that computer was constantly, and it's like, I don't know shit about gaming PCs, so please step in if I'm wrong. I don't blame the PC because other things I've played on it don't sound like that and are quiet. Borderlands 4, you had to sit down and tweak stuff and work on it and all this different stuff. And Mike was having problems.
And it was still barely okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of one of the main problems we've seen where we had a not great stream yesterday that was immediately kind of cut off after we realized what was happening on the PC.
I was going to say, run me through that because I've seen Kevin and Barrett feel like slam their head against the wall for weeks now trying to get Borderlands to run in the lab.
Yeah, it's the type of game I can tell already that is... It doesn't really seem like whatever machine you have is going to help out the situation a whole lot. It even seems like the type of game where it doesn't really matter a whole lot of what settings you're doing. You could drop shit to low or to high, and you're going to get maybe from 48 frames to 59. Sort of like that's kind of the range we're seeing. The nice thing about tech like NVIDIA and stuff that AMD does with, you know, their upsampling and things like that, you have frame generation on DLSS 4, which adds frames, which is nice. Those aren't real frames, but it does make the gameplay smoother. However, you never want that to be a Band-Aid solution. And I do worry that devs nowadays are maybe rushing games out and then going, all right, the Band-Aid will maybe cure for now, and then we'll try to update the game as best as possible until then. But yeah, it does seem like it's just really, really bad optimization in moments where I have a 4090 GPU with a Core i9, very, very good CPU, and it is still not doing great performance-wise. I can't really go much higher than 70 frames per second in certain spots unless I am doing all the NVIDIA sort of bells and whistles. And I think a lot of it just comes down to, it reminds me of when I played Returnal with Blessing on PC for the first time. Okay. When it came to PC. And when he joined my party, suddenly it was like, oh, now the game's not running great. And I wonder if the online nature of it is maybe messing with it. But a lot of it definitely has to do, in my opinion, with just optimization and how how many games we've seen struggle with Unreal Engine 5, and then you have people at Epic and people working on Unreal going, it just requires more optimization, and you just kind of got to give it more love, which is not great because games cost a lot of money and take a lot of time to get made. And where we'll eventually get to a spot where maybe these Unreal Engine 5 games are shipping and launching a bit more smoothly, but this seems to be just another drop in the bucket of here's another one, another bad Unreal Engine 5 launch game.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Again, we reviewed it here. Obviously, check out that Gamescast from yesterday. Mike's having fun with it, but not a lot of it's up and down. But I know Metacritic and so many other reviews out there are really, really enjoying it. So the fact that it's just getting hammered. My question, as someone who obviously PC games more than ever, but is a console guy at heart, like I really wonder what the performance is on Xbox, is on PlayStation. Like we were not provided those for review until last night. We got codes after the fact, but I've been onto something else, so I can't. And then the Switch version, if that's going to even be fucking worried, or if it's just a PC problem with so many configurations.
It does seem like there seems to be a lot of. It seems like a very CPU heavy game as well.
Yeah,
which is always worrisome because you know that. No matter how powerful my GPU is that I spent so much money on, it can't out horsepower the sort of core of the problem here. And there were plenty of times as we were kind of testing out streams yesterday, running into new zones, and you would see the CPU spike to 100% usage, and there would be gigantic stutters.
And that's why we're having our streaming problems yesterday, because OBS is also trying to use the CPU and all this stuff, so it's like really hard to get that all working.
Yeah, fast traveling. I asked Mike, how do I fast travel and get out of this area that I'm in right now? And he showed me how to fast travel back to the main hub, and then had to recompile shaders. And it's like, whoa, this just doesn't seem as prepared as I thought it should be for a launch.
Speaking of, Resolute super chats and says, I am struggling to play Borderlands 4 due to motion sickness from no FOV slider. Friend I wanted to play with had a refund due to performance. I have a plat in every Borderlands game, and this is really disappointing.
No console FOV slider. That does stink. Hopefully that's something you could see get added later.
Something I meant to bring up, but we got all over the place yesterday, and I, of course, am not an accessibility expert, but I thought the accessibility settings in Borderlands were laughable. Like for 2025 to have a section called accessibility and go in there and for it to be as bare bones as it was, because I was having trouble of like, some of the stuff with enemies, I was like, God, I could really go for a border around the enemies so I could see where they, and like, that's not even remotely there. It was like, do colors for, just change the colors of things on maps and whatever. I'm like, that's not really what we're talking about here.
Yeah, the cel-shaded nature doesn't lend itself great to visibility. Things do get kind of noisy in some spots.
Let's stick with this Borderlands stuff for story number 1B. Borderlands 4 developer Gearbox insists its games do not use spyware amid concerns about Take-Two terms of service. This is Vicky Blake at IGN.com. Gearbox has issued a statement in response to claims Borderlands 4 uses spyware amid renewed concern over parent company Take-Two's terms of service. After a similar...
Whoa, look at this. Look at this noun.
Furor? Oh, fervor? No, that's not... give me...
Fur?
Huh?
Fur?
Furor is a British spelling of furor. It means a public uproar, commotion, or intense excitement.
Furor, yeah. It's just bubbled up in June. The company reiterated that while it understands there has been some concern about Take-Two's terms of service, it stressed that, quote, maintaining transparency and confidence with the community here is always our goal, and we wanted to address some of these concerns. Take-Two does not use spyware in its games, the statement began. Take-Two's privacy and policy applies to all labels, studios, games, and services across all media and platform types such as console, PC, mobile app, and website. The privacy policy identifies the data activities that may be collected, but this does not mean that every example is collected in each game or service. Take-Two provides this information to ensure transparency for players, as well as to comply with legal obligations, Gearbox insisted. Quote, for example, player and device identifiers are collected in part to ensure the game is compatible with each player's media, platform, or website browser type, it continued. It allows us to better understand how players play games and to personalize the user experience, parentheses, like having usernames show up. Account credentials are collected from users who choose to create accounts with Take-Two and its labels, end quote. The statement also touched upon, quote, abusive mods, which seems to be a catch-all term for hacks, cheats, or exploits. Consequently, Take-Two's terms of service, quote, prohibit mods that allow users to gain an unfair advantage, negatively impact the ability of others to enjoy games as they intend, or allow users to gain access to content that the user is not entitled to. We do this to protect the integrity of the game experience for all users. Take-Two generally does not seek to take action against mods that are single-player only, non-commercial, and respect the intellectual property rights of its labels and third parties, end quote.
You're not going to see any Beavis and Butthead running around this world.
Oh, no, that's what I wanted. Andy, were you concerned about your privacy?
No, not at all. I never am, Greg. But there generally have been problems with a lot of anti-cheat softwares messing with how the games can run.
Yeah.
And, I hadn't even considered something like an anti-piracy. I said anti-cheat, I meant anti-piracy, that this de novo anti-piracy software could possibly be ruining some people's, performance and adding extra hitches where there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this stuff is kind of, it just seems like it's to be expected nowadays, and it's more of a surprise whenever things come out and are performing better. Very, very odd.
Resolute says, this was in the super chat. This was added to all old games and has been criticized for months. And to my knowledge, this is the first time 2K/Gearbox has spoken about it.
Now, do they mean all old Borderlands games?
I think they, well, Resolute, you could clarify if you want. I assumed you meant all old 2K games, since this is a 2K policy, but.
Right.
I would also love to see, I'm trying to find the actual article, because I want to see what in the privacy policy, what in the verbiage is making people think this as well.
Resolute does say yes, Borderlands. What I would love to see is some modders give you, similar to what we did with Elden Ring, when we played Elden Ring Seamless or whatever.
Sure.
Where you aren't using their servers because playing online with like mods and hacks, Elden Ring doesn't like that. Similar to what 2K is doing here with Borderlands, where we're saying, well, we don't want to make the experience worse for other people online, so you kind of join your own little lobbies. I would love to see if maybe anything like that helps the experience for people. I think back to when Dragon's Dogma 2 came out and how not great that ran on PC, and then mods would help the experience and, allow the game to kind of circumvent certain, walls that are put up to perform certain tasks, but also add to bad performance. I wonder if anything like that can happen in the future.
We will have to wait and see alongside these patches to see how they do to make everything run. But while we wait for that, the one, the only Kebabs breaks in with breaking news. Sends us to Blue Sky, where, and I've seen this. This is the Pokemon site. What is it? Cerebi? Is that how you say it? Cerebi?
It's the Japanese pronunciation for Celebi. The Pokemon named Celebi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cerebi, Blue Skies, that's BS him. An update that says, Cerebi update. Pokemon sent to Pokemon Legends ZA will no longer be able to be used in prior Pokemon games. Pokemon from Legends ZA will also not be able to be deposited in other Pokemon games.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
This is the end of the line for your Pokemon if you throw them in here.
Rest in peace, Pokemon Home.
I feel like I've been waiting for this day for a while. Like, this always felt like an inevitability.
That you're cheating by bringing in Pokemon?
Well, no, it just always felt like you can't keep this up. You can't possibly, as a company, keep up all of this. Or maybe they can, and maybe this is just a way better to start Home 2, or I don't know what the hell. But it just always felt like you're doing a lot here to try to make all of these games cross-compatible with the Pokemon going to... And this just felt like, when will it end, So,
as you know, I'm the new generation of Pokemon fans. Okay? I'm the new generation of Pokemon reviewers. So I understand all of this to a level. But I'm going to say what I know. You tell me where I'm right, where I'm wrong, all right? The idea here is, right now, I got this Altaria, right? Level 100, savior of Pokemon Violet for me.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
Oh, I thought you were on this Gamescast with me. I'm sorry.
No.
I do. So now I can send her to home. And I can bring her into, and let's just remove this breaking news right now. I can bring her into the next Pokemon game, and she'll be level 100? Or I just have her?
I forget how that works.
I've never tried it. I just know that they're transferable.
And so the idea is then I'm doing this so that in the next game I can pick up my Pokedex and continue to fill in what I haven't caught.
Pokemon Home is a cloud-based service designed as a place where all your
They will be
Pokemon
level
can
100.
gather.
Okay.
Manage your Pokemon. You can bring Pokemon that have appeared in a Pokemon Core game series to Pokemon Home.
So this is, again, the new generation. We're not like you old Pokeheads, all right? We're new Pokeheads.
Who's the we here?
You know, in this new generation, we can't afford homes anymore. The Pokemon lease.
I don't, this is going to sound goofy, I guess. I don't get the draw of that. When I start a new Pokemon game, I want to get my starter and start from the bottom. Now we're here, right? I want to build a team and have a new thing and yada, yada, yada. Like,
I think a lot of it comes down to maybe people doing competitive type stuff.
Okay.
I did see a comment in the Twitch chat that may have been enlightening in a way that I would love some more deep dive into, where they said Pokemon Champions is ruining everything. And Pokemon Champions is that just kind of stadium-looking versus game. And yeah, it's never drawn me because I'm the type of person where every new game is a new adventure.
Yeah.
But I'm not the type of person who has poured hours and hours and hours into the IVs and making sure that, you know, its nature is bold and I'm trying to make it stronger and faster or whatever. I've never been that type of gamer. You and I are very similar to where we played as an RPG.
yeah,
As
yeah,
opposed
exactly,
to like, I'm not
exactly.
competitively going from game to game.
Melkan Vath says, Greg, it's like a pet you've had for 20 years and now they're telling you it's dead.
Well, no, you can bring it to ZA, but if you bring it to ZA, it's
End of the
locked
line.
in ZA.
End of the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you just come to ZA, you be an adult like me and the new generation Pokemon fans. We battle in the streets with who we find.
Corey Cudney says, oh, didn't they get rid of EVs/IVs in this one? Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Oh, I'd like to think that you bring it into Pokemon Z to A, and then that Pokemon's like, all right, when do I go home? And
This
you're like,
is your home now.
Oh, man, I got bad news to tell you.
Maybe what's really
My
happening.
family's over there.
Well, I guess that wouldn't happen with the transfers back and forth. I was going to say maybe what's really happening is Gen 10 is going to be so crazy that this is it. Starting fresh.
Wow.
Gen 10 has everything, so you don't need a transfer.
Everything is here.
The first Pokemon game built from the ground up with the Switch 2 in mind. Think about it. Oh, man, I'm excited.
I think about it. I get pretty excited about it.
I get
I'd
so
like to see
pumped
it
up.
happen.
Those textures will be less tiled and repeated.
Oh, come on. Don't get your hopes up too much. Come on.
I have my hopes up and my excitement up for a little game called Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophecy. But I want to talk about that after I remind you about Kinda Funny membership options. Patreon.com/kindafunny, YouTube.com/kindafunnygames, Apple and Spotify. You can be a Kinda Funny member. You can get all of our shows ad-free. You can support an 11-person small business. You can get your daily dose of me in a series we call Gregway. But right now, you're not using your benefits. So here's a word from our sponsors.
This episode's brought to you by Shady Rays. You know that moment. The one when you realized you left your favorite pair of sunglasses at the beach. We've all been there. I'll never forget leaving my incredibly overpriced sunglasses at a restaurant in Santa Monica. That was 13 years ago, and it still haunts me to this day. But then I found Shady Rays and everything changed. Seriously good looking, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now you can actually wear your sunglasses without fear. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I'm all out and about. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Check this out. You can head to shadyrays.com, use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shady Rays, use the code FUNNY.
Between busy schedules and summer plans, sometimes all you got is a couple of minutes. Factor helps so many of us here at Kinda Funny eat smarter with tasty, chef-prepped meals that are dietitian-approved and delivered right to my door. And now, with more than 65 weekly meals made for how we live and what I like to eat, we've got even more ways to fit in a real meal wherever the day takes us. On many occasions, Factor has completely saved Greg and Jen when they needed it most. Choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. Eat smart at factormeals.com/kindafunny50 off and use code kindafunny50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code KINDAFUNNY50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box, plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase.
Greg, a great super chat.
It's still blackout, and Randy starts talking like, oh, I got to reset.
Great super chat here from Mr. Ox. It says,
Mr. Ox, Fallout 76 super fan.
What if this is just a thing for Zeta A in order to keep a closed world and to tell a very specific story? I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
I would hope that's why. I hope that this isn't a signal for the future of home.
I hope they get out in front of it like they are.
I think if that were the case, I feel like you would just make Zeta A not home compatible at all. You know?
Very possible.
Remember, no 2, apparently, according to Midler.
No 2, no dash. Z-A.
Z-A.
Za.
Jordan Midler. You miss this too?
Yeah, I thought Tim confirmed it.
I thought so too, but then no, Jordan Midler sent a very angry WhatsApp message to me. Oh, you fucking got, you know what I mean? He was like,
maybe it's region based.
It might be. It might be.
ZA?
Number 2 on the Roper Report. Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann discusses Intergalactic gameplay and casting in a new interview. This is Wesley LeBlanc over at Game Informer. In a new interview with Variety, Druckmann discussed a number of things about Intergalactic, including casting, Tati Gabrielle, did I say that right? Nailed it. As the game's lead. Jordan A. Munn working with Joel actor Troy Baker again, casting The Last of Us Season 2 actor Tony Dalton, who played Joel's dad, and more.
Tony Dalton. God, I love him.
Perhaps the most revealing statement from Druckmann came when Variety asked him about his description of Intergalactic as having, quote, the deepest gameplay, end quote, in Naughty Dog history. Quote, you can look at our previous titles and see the evolution going from Uncharted, where we're really cutting our teeth on a realistic character action game, the third-person shooter, combined with emotional storytelling, Druckmann said. With The Last of Us, we added some RPG elements. We started playing with wide linear layouts. Continue that trajectory forward, add sci-fi, and you start to get a sense of what we're doing. And then we've gotten even more ambitious than that, end quote. When asked about Gabrielle's casting, Druckmann explains Naughty Dog had an idea of who protagonist Jordan is as a character, but via documents and backstories, scripts and gameplay come much later as the team wants the space to, quote, run experiments and prototypes and then see what works and what doesn't, and so on. Quote, we were kind of at that stage when we started talking to Gabrielle. Druckmann told Variety. That came about because we had cast her in Season 2 of The Last of Us and just got the idea that she might be perfect for this role. Then she showed up. She came by Naughty Dog. I pitched her the story as it was at the time, and we kind of walked through it beginning, middle, end, and explained what her role would be. I asked her if she'd be willing to audition, and she was. We had her on stage, and I asked Troy to come in and read with her, so she read against Troy Baker. We were just very confident that that is our Jordan A. Munn, end quote. Druckmann says since then, he's been writing with Gabriella. Okay, I'm not fucking crazy.
What?
It keeps going back and forth. Introduce Tati Gabrielle, nailed it. And then it was like Gabrielle, and now it's Gabriella. So I'm just getting, that's why I'm like second guessing a name I wasn't confident in and why I keep fucking switching. Gabrielle, something he did with Ellie actor Ashley Johnson in Baker when making The Last of Us. Quote, Gabrielle's been just as influential in the writing and the thinking of this character, her arc, and I believe she's going to be very iconic and complex and interesting in the Naughty Dog tradition. Speaking of Baker, Druckmann says, quote, Troy is in the game, and it's been 5 years since I've worked with Troy, and I've got to do it again. And it was a lot of fun to be on the stage with him again, end quote. The final piece of casting information from this interview is about Dalton. Druckmann says after working with him on episode 206, 206 probably is what they call him, Last of Us, where he played Joel's dad, he DM'd him on Instagram to ask if he'd jump into a Zoom call to check out Intergalactic. Quote, we jumped on a Zoom call and I showed him parts of the game and I talked to him about it, Druckmann says. He's like, yeah, I'm in. I'd love to do that. So Tony Dalton is there and maybe a few more of the actors from season 1 or season 2 of The Last of Us. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet is due out on PlayStation 5, though there's no word on when to expect the game.
The GOAT Lalo Salamanca, Barrett. Oh my God. Tony Dalton's just one of my favorites.
He was in Hawkeye.
Oh, he was. Yeah, that's
he was
right.
very fun in that show.
That's my touchstone for this man. So what's the character you just named?
In
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul, one of the greatest shows of all time.
When he gets introduced, he's kind of like, I would equate like that show's version of Gus Fring, where he comes in as this like villain for like the second half of the show.
Okay.
And he is so fucking good.
His performance is amazing. This all sounds super exciting, though, Greg, to talk about the amount of budget and time that goes into these games and how massive they are gameplay-wise. And we've seen and been impressed by so much of the stuff that Last of Us 2 did gameplay-wise. To think that they want to go even further with that in ways that, I don't know, are maybe more interactive, or I'm excited to see what they can do mechanically with this, because it seems like, holy shit, they are going all out with whatever this project is they're working on.
Of course, yeah. Last of Us 2, what a stealth game. I'd love to see that gameplay expanded beyond, the linear environments of what we were doing and see what they do with that. I like, my ears perk up when he talks about, with The Last of Us, we added some RPG elements, right? And then going to continue that trajectory forward. I'm like, I wonder what we're going to get there in terms of what RPG mechanics will be inside of Intergalactic, which I would see more of, with us being this character in a spaceship going off and doing all this different stuff.
When we had interviews of him, like in the past couple of years, talking about the storytelling of From Software games and how Bloodborne is like really special to him, in Elden Ring and stuff like that, and how they have experienced, I think, masterful ways to tell stories without just being front-facing, here's a cutscene, and everything that From Software does with environmental storytelling. While I was streaming a game the other day, someone made the best call. I was playing Hell Is Us, and someone said, I bet you Intergalactic will kind of have a lot of elements, not like they're being influenced, but this is what I would expect for an Intergalactic type game, where it is sort of action with the hacking and slashing and things like that. But in terms of what they were talking about with environmental storytelling and how I think Hell Is Us is much less hand-holdy and much less direct, right? You're not getting cutscenes all the damn time. I expect that in Intergalactic Heretic Prophecy, but I do expect a lot of more kind of obtuse puzzle and storytelling stuff that aren't
sense.
Just kind of, all right, this is part of the main story.
I was going to say, you're going to have the golden path, but there'll be the weird shit to get off on side missions and stuff like that. I like that.
That sounds so damn cool.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. And that's the thing about a studio as talented as Naughty Dog, having so much history and so much experience, to see them do a new IP. Where it really does, you're no longer beholden to what people think an Uncharted game should be, what people think a Last of Us game should be. You can make a new thing, you can come out, and you can tell this space story you want to go do. I like that a lot.
I mean, just in that one glimpse, my initial thought was, oh, they're going to make like a character sword action game, hacking and slashing at dudes.
Hacking and slashing.
Loving that sort of punishing gameplay where if you try this super heavy charged attack, you're stuck in that animation, and you better hope that the enemy doesn't attack you while you're doing it.
Yeah.
But like to mix that in, if she's got a laser gun too, I just like, oh my, I'm so pumped up for what they can do, and to see what a gameplay style like that with the budget and time of Naughty Dog, what that can equate to. Could be really exciting.
So, moving from gameplay, the final statement here. So Tony Dalton is in there, and maybe there's a few more, and this is in brackets, of actors from Season 1 or Season 2 of The Last of Us. Andy Cortez, who from Seasons 1 and 2 from The Last of Us are you predicting are in this game?
I got to assume it's like Abby's crew, some of Abby's crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to say Pedro Pascal.
I'm saying no Pedro, no Bella.
I will throw out there, remember, in the ship, we have a little image of Kumail. So, and I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like, I think Naughty Dog, well, Kumail plays games, I guess, but I remember this photo of Neil and Pedro getting food. Now, granted, I mean, whatever, they're talking about Last of Us probably at the time, the TV show, but they're close. They're homies. They're getting lunches in LA.
I did see that one quote of Pedro looking at Neil and being like, do you not like art? So I don't know if they're cool. I don't know if they are cool.
All right, hear me out. This is going to be the same as my 007 actor prediction. I was wrong for that, but hear me out. Joss Peck.
I dislike you.
He's in the TV show?
No.
Is he not? I
In
thought
The
he was
Last of
in
Us?
Season 2.
He was. Yeah, you're right.
Oh wait, really?
you, Greg.
I never
he
finished
was.
season 2.
Remember, he was in the APC or whatever with Isaac.
APC is getting a lot of love this year.
They do.
Hell is us.
Damn, sorry, Barrett. That was just such a clever callback to an old joke that you're right. I saw
Josh
Red.
Peck?
I love
Yeah.
you. Josh Peck's in it. Guaranteed. Take it to the bank. Gabriel Luna. Is he going to be in it? I'll just go down the list. So you're saying no Bella,
Ooh,
no
Gabriel
Pedro.
Luna's a
Gabriel
great
Luna.
call.
That's a good call, right?
Holy shit.
Next
that would
one.
be awesome.
Next one for you. So are you saying yes or no? This is just I want to
Gabriel
yes or no.
Luna, yes.
Okay. Barrett, do you want to play the game too?
Yeah.
Chat, write this down because I'm not going to remember.
Gabriel Luna, I'm going to guess no.
Okay.
Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, no, I'm going down the list. We're doing a game here.
Sorry.
So I guess we should all play. So you said no to Bella.
There's only 2 controllers. Sorry.
Okay, fine. I'll quiz you. I don't know. Barrett, is Bella in?
Bella
Ramsey.
No.
I'm going to say yes to Bella. I'm going to say no to Pedro. Do you say yes or no to Pedro, Barrett?
No.
I'm going to say yes to Gabriel Luna. We should have probably limited our amounts of yeses, but I don't know. I'm saying yes to Gabriel.
I'm saying
as well.
yes to Gabriel Luna.
And you said yes to Gabriel, Barrett?
I said no.
Okay. You said no.
no to Nick Offerman.
I'm going down the fucking list.
There's 2 controllers.
Isabella Merced, Hawk Girl herself.
No.
I'm going to say yes.
See, I'm inclined to say yes because he put up an Instagram not long ago of giving her a tour of the studio. Now,
Yeah.
again, just fan of. I mean, if I was in LA, if I was working on the show and Neil's my director, and he's like, I also fucking make amazing video games, I'd come see it.
Yeah.
I'll say yes.
And that's an easy, get scanned in. You're a, background NPC, fun little Easter egg.
That'd be amazing. It's just one throwaway line in the back, like, oh man, that's a cool spaceship.
That's what they used her for?
They paid her a rate for that. Now here we go. Young Mazzino. This is Jesse, who everybody loves in this show. I could definitely see Jesse having a real good part.
Give me a
in this.
yes there.
Yeah.
Mark me down for a big old yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Jesse.
Rutina Wesley, Maria, Tommy's wife in this one. She runs the town, remember? I'm going to say no. I love Tara from True Blood, but I just don't vibe with that.
I don't see it.
I'm going to say no as of now, but maybe they'll cast her later. This feels like one of those we'll be hearing castings about for the next 3 or 4 years.
I can speed it up. Like Robert John Burke pops up, who's Seth, who I think he was the homophobe, right?
Oh,
Yes.
right.
I say yeah. I say he's in there.
say
He's
no.
he'll be a fucking bartender in space and give you some kind of fucking mission or whatever. Caitlin Dever.
No.
Yes.
Yes, I think so too.
She was in Uncharted 4.
Exactly.
I think that
She's
would be
already
fun.
worked it. She's already done the goddamn thing.
She was in Uncharted 4?
Yeah,
She was. Spoilers.
She's the spoilers. She's Nathan Drake's daughter.
Oh, shit.
The final one I'll toss out. Why you wanted Nick Offerman?
Yeah, I would say no to Nick.
See, I say no to Nick Offerman, but the guy who was his lover, who's I don't know the actor's name. I'm not seeing it pulled up right away.
But again, Jeffrey Wright. I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Well, I'm gonna say no to Jeffrey Wright just because they just used him in Last of Us.
I think Jeffrey Wright was like, I experienced a lot of racism with the Batman, and I know how the gaming community can be. I'm good.
I'm good. I don't need to be bigger than this one.
he's
The final
also-
one I'll toss out there. Neil, I know you listen to the show. I know you can make things happen. Get Catherine O'Hara in this fucking game. She fucking is my favorite part of season 2. Get her in this goddamn game. The Therapist, if you are unfamiliar person listening or watching.
I'm just saying, Jeffrey Wright is also in Dispatch, that superhero video game that got announced last year. I think he's just getting more into video games, so I could see him doing.
Get him on the show, Barrett.
He's like,
All right.
So, like, is the Switch 2 worth it? Like, one of those guys.
I can't do a good Jeffrey Wright impression, but he's got a really good voice. So imagine him being
Great
like,
voice.
but they come out with this Kirby Air Ride. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Number 3 on the Roper Report, EA finally unveils Battlefield 6's Battle Royale mode. Testing begins this week. The shrinking ring insta-kills you, and destruction will be everywhere. This is Jordan Gerblick over at Games Radar Plus. EA has officially announced Battlefield 6's long-rumored Battle Royale mode, and it's coming to Battlefield Labs this week. Quote, Battle Royale, the Battlefield way. as EA bills it, was revealed in a news post on EA's official website with an in-depth breakdown of its features. Quote, "We see a great opportunity to infuse the core Battlefield pillars of class-based squad play, tactical destruction, and vehicle combat into the Battle Royale genre to create a high-stakes and adrenaline-pumping gameplay experience," says EA. "This is Battlefield's twist on the classic formula, so you can expect to find all the core principles of Battlefield taking place within the mode. Gadgets, explosives, destructible environments, and vehicles can all be used to secure the win." The Battle Royale's map has been tailor-made for 100 players rounds split into 25 4-player squads and, quote, "features a diverse array of tactical points of interest, each with distinct layouts and themes that offer unique gameplay opportunities. There will be, quote, common transport vehicles, end quote, scattered around the map in order to help players explore the map more efficiently in the early stages of the game when the ring around it is at its biggest, as well as creating interesting combined arms actions in the process." EA says, quote, "Destruction will be everywhere in this mode," end quote, and that players will be able to create pathways through walls and even topple buildings using various gadgets and explosives in destructible environments. Quote, "We look forward to seeing players' ingenuity with destruction and how they use it to defeat their opponents." The highlight and most unique feature of this Battle Royale is the shrinking ring itself, which EA says is, quote, "the most dangerous ring in gaming to Battle Royale that instantly kills players upon contact," end quote. "You'll know when the ring is approaching thanks to an on-screen warning, but if you don't heed that warning, you end up caught in its grip. Quote, you are done. There's no jumping in and out of it, no using it for cover, no walking through it," EA says. The actual meat of the gameplay sounds like pretty standard Battle Royale fare, where players drop down, explore the map, complete missions, and fight for loot as the circle around the map pushes everyone into closer and closer quarters. This one has 5 tiers of weapons, as well as attachments, explosives, gadgets like RPGs, airstrikes, armor, and custom drops of favorited weapons. Battlefield 6 will let 4-player squads decide whether they want a balanced team of 4 different classes or a focused one where everyone's the same class. That said, once you've chosen your classes, they're locked in for the duration of the match. As you work your way around the map, defeat enemies, and complete mission objectives, you'll level up through your class's unique training and earn new traits that enhance the class. Quote, "One example would be the assault class being faster in equipping armor plate, which makes them harder to defeat in the next or current fight," EA says. The publisher also says it'll be keeping an eye on how squads choose to navigate classes and build for balance. Whew.
There's too many games, Greg.
Does this one sound awesome, though, Andy? You are a big Battle Royale.
Dude, I'm so excited for this one. I don't really vibe with Battlefield as a whole, gameplay-wise, and I do want to really try to get good at being a medic in just the normal mode, because I saw some medic gameplay. I was like, that seems like a really cool challenge. You're just constantly just trying to survive, and you see 7 people down, you just go,
I'm doing the best I can.
It seems like a really kind of fun way to play the game, but this is where you really get me. This is where I love the rush and excitement of a Battle Royale mode. I love the way the guns feel and look in Battlefield 6. They're saying everything right so far. That's awesome. I like that the wall will insta-kill you. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. That's a cool idea.
I know that some people will be against that initially, and I'm sure you could just play this video back whenever I do inevitably complain and go, let me walk through it, come on. I think that is a neat way to distinguish yourself a bit more from other Battle Royales. And it's been a while since we've just had a battle.
It's been a while.
That guy went on like a really racist tirade one time. Yeah, in the RGV. He was playing a show in the RGV, and it wasn't great.
What did he say? Well, I guess you can't say. But
it was bad.
He against?
I think it was like
Mexicans?
I think it was anti-Mexican. Yeah, I'm just totally speculation.
What a place to do it.
Maybe I'm just making shit up. I don't know if I'm making shit up.
What's up, RGV? There are a lot of Mexicans. Whoa,
what's going on here? I have been wanting a mode like this for a while, and especially at this budget. I loved playing the short time that we got to play the finals and seeing that sort of race against the clock gameplay with all of that destruction, all of these elements being put together is a really cool sort of like recipe.
Yeah, the punching through walls and knocking down buildings, I'll be really interested to see how that plays, what that looks like. Is that contained? You know what I mean? Like there's a specific thing you can use on specific buildings that do it rather than just everything. But there's a lot they're saying in there that sounds interesting. That sounds like it could be really cool.
Yeah. Singer responded to somebody, "I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'm American."
Oof. 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 What, do we have what is Battlefield's release date?
I don't know.
Battlefield 6. Do we have that? Because
I think it's October.
October 10th. God damn, that's right on the corner.
I also just wasn't expecting. I guess it is so close, and the year is going by so insanely quick that I was expecting to wait a bit longer for this. But the last test we had of this was several weeks ago, even though to me it feels like it was 5 days ago.
We will wait and see. I'm sure y'all will be streaming it at some point in there and doing your dang thing. Number 4.
You want me to read this? You got this?
No, I got it. Why?
Okay.
Because I had a little cough.
Sure if you needed it.
No, I'm okay. Number 4 on the Roper Report, a French Lara Croft actor is taking action against Aspyr over AI. Aspyr, thank you so much. AI voice generation. This is Rihanna Brevin over at The Gamer. Tomb Raider 4 to 6 Remastered has been the source of controversy since its launch, as fans suspected that some of the dubbed voiceovers in the game were generated with AI. Worse yet, it was suspected that the AI was made to imitate the actors who voiced Lara Croft in the original releases of these games, rather than bring them back to record new lines. Now, one of these actors is taking action, as reported by Le Parisien. Actor Francois Cadol, who has dubbed for Angelina Jolie, Sandra Bullock, and others. Nice. Sandy Bullock has issued a cease and desist against Aspyr. Why'd I say Aspyr? Aspyr. God, it's been a long day of talking. Cadol accuses Aspyr of using AI to copy her voice without notifying her or even warning fans that the game contained AI voice acting. Therefore, her lawsuit alleges that Aspyr is misleading consumers who were angry to discover that her voice may have been cloned. French fans spotted this last month and notified Cadol that her voice may have been AI generated in the remasters. True enough, the before and after comparisons put together by fans are damning, as the voice sounds so much like her, but noticeably worse quality, both in terms of the acting and the actual audio quality. Ugh. There's no. Roger said we could edit it down. Goddamn. Go get them. Fuck those people. Fuck that. That sucks.
Doing that without just doing it period, but hoping to get by. I can't imagine her hearing this news.
Totally.
What a punch in the gut that's got to be.
Fuck that, man. Yeah.
Go get your money.
I appreciate this. Cadol expresses her gratitude to the fans who have been pushing back against this. Quote, "I call them the guardians of the voices," she says. Very quickly, these buyers of the compilation realized that the voice of Lara Croft, who gives gameplay instructions, was not mine. It caused a real uproar among the community. Good job, fans.
Yeah.
Good job, her. And knock it off with this fucking bullshit AI garbage. Pay people to do their goddamn jobs. God, I'm mad. But me being mad is big news.
You're big mad.
If I wanted smaller news, say what? Small news was in the mom and grop news shops. Where would I go?
You'd go to our last story, the We News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Last story, We News. Slay the Spire 2 has been delayed till March 2026. Roger now has an opening in Fantasy Critic. What will Mike and him draft? Be afraid, Barrett.
I'll be so afraid. The stuff that I've been learning in the last 72 hours.
Yeah, what remaster that they're trying to sell as a remake is it?
Exciting stuff.
Can anyone stop Paris Lily? That's the question.
Barrett, you should be here. We're cheating.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate arrives on Nintendo Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox PC and PC on January 22nd, 2026. That's not all. The remake trilogy will also be making its way to Switch 2, the Xbox Series, PC, as well as PlayStation 5, Steam, and Epic Games Store. We have a breaking news here. Blessing on BS. That's Blue Sky Tim. If Roger and Mike get banned from the 2026 Fantasy League, I need y'all to understand it was Roger and Mike's fault, lol. I love a good cheating scandal. Go get them, guys.
Me too.
I'm not going to win, so whatever. PlayStation Plus games for September have been announced. PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium will get WWE 2K25 on PS5 and PS4, Persona 5 Tactica on PS5, PS4, Green Hell on PS5, PS4, Fate/Samurai Remnant PS5, PS4, Crow Country on PS5, PS4, The Invincible on PS5, Conscript on PS5, and then Plus Premium gets Legacy of Kain Defiance. Dun, 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 dun. And that's it for Wii News. And that's it for your week of Wii News. We wade back into super chats to see what's up. Ash X super chats and says, last night I saw Greg's review of Borderlands 4 dubbed by Meta AI into Spanish with Greg's voice in lip sync, and it was hilarious. Joke and AI hate aside, I'm from Argentina, and that's a great way to grow your audience. Keep up the amazing job. Love you all. Yeah,
We should pay Kevin to translate.
that'd be fun.
Yeah, like, did we do that, or was that just something automatically?
I opted in. I wanted to see what it would look like because when I went to do it, it's like, hey, we can translate for you as AI. And again, feel free to tell me all the ways it's I don't just blanketly hate AI. I think there's a lot of uses AI could be cool for. I don't know if this is them doing whatever, but I wanted to see what it looked like and I wanted to try it. I don't think I stole anybody's job doing this.
Kevin. Could have hired Kevin.
Could have hired Kevin, I guess. Yeah.
There's also the, like, I don't know how what is this, through Instagram? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, like, what the environment side of it does with, like, the Instagram AI.
Yeah.
Other things to think about.
For the record, when they said they were going to dub it, I thought it would just be Spanish would play over. I didn't realize they were fucking making me look like I was saying it in Spanish.
Did they did lip sync as well?
According to Ash X, which now I would really like to go find that version of the video. Ash X, go screen capture that for me and send it to me somewhere on. Maybe send me on a BS or Blue Sky. That's what that is.
Blue Sky's Tim.
But I wanted to look into what it was actually going to go. We'll see what's up. OMGLX says a lot of AI should be considered machine learning, but is being marketed as AI. Generative AI straight up sucks though.
I have been seeing just a turn though from recent, like I have seen recent critics go, I feel like we're turning back to machine learning because of how just toxic the word AI has become.
Yeah,
because there are a lot of things that are just machine learning, and
so
then there are things that are generative AI.
Is what I did. I didn't do generative AI. Is that generative AI?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. I thought so, but again, I'm learning. We're all learning. Gregorio Miller.
And maybe those, but to Barrett's point, you know.
Yeah. What is Meta killed a fucking lake somewhere to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Mao the peasant super chats and says, I've been at home sick with COVID this week and want to say thank you, KF crew, for keeping me informed and entertained all week. Well, we're happy to be here for you. I hope you're feeling better.
Hope you feel better, Mama.
JB says Hades 2 and Silk Song in the same month, and then does the exploding head emoji.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's crazy.
I thought about Baby Steps and how Baby Steps delayed themselves.
Fucking ran.
And then is now coming out, I think, 2 days before Hades 2.
Okay. Justin Walsh super chat says birthday tax for my brother Brandon. Happy birthday, Brandon.
Happy birthday,
Longtime KFBF turning 30. Also, he knows more about Crash Bash than Tim.
Who doesn't?
I mean, Tim's an idiot.
You're the number one Crash fan here.
There you go. We gave it to you. Back to this whole Pokemon Home thing and not being able to transfer stuff. Red BFR Soul says this happened before, from going from GBA to DS, DS to 3DS, and 3DS to Switch Pokemon. So this is starting the Switch to Switch 2 change.
Okay.
Again, I'm new generation Pokemon fan. I don't know that. I'm not worried about that. I want my new Pokemon. Yang Fam says, hi, kind of funny fam. I will be proposing to my girlfriend tomorrow.
Whoa.
Much love, and we'll update post proposal. Happy Friday. Kind of funny rocks.
Congratulations. Invite Barrett to the wedding.
Yeah.
Why?
Why
he
not?
loves weddings.
He loves weddings. Send us photos. BS them. That's Blue Sky, Tim. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see what's going on over there, Yang Fam. And then Nathan Haynes gets the final super chat of today and says, this is for Greg to get a nice coffee and finish waking up. Have a great weekend, guys. It's been a great week of content.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for
much,
watching
Nathan.
And giving a darn.
The problem is I'm probably too caffeinated at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm not going to stop because I need to play video games out there all day long now. We go to kindoffunny.com/you're wrong, where you can write in to tell us what we screw up as we screw it up. Brian writes in and says, just to clarify, the Pokemon Company released a statement that said Pokemon from ZA will be able to be transferred to Pokemon Home in 2026. But Pokemon from ZA will not be able to go to older Pokemon games. So yeah, this is the Switch 2 voice of my generation.
It's stuck there forever.
Yeah, we need to do this now.
Well, it could go on to future games, but we don't know that yet. We'll have to wait until Gen 10.
But it's never going back to the past.
Yeah.
I still have this Aaron Lewis racist RGB Google search up.
And that's it for this episode of Kinda Funny Games Daily, everybody. Remember, each and every weekday, Kinda Funny Games Daily is here to run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about live on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, youtube.com/kindafunnygames, and podcast services around the globe. However, we are a small business all about live talk shows, which means our programming day is far from done here, even though it's ridiculously early for us. Right now, Blessing is going to pick up that Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC and play it for your amusement. And whenever he putters out on that, we're going to do it. The YouTube premiere on youtube.com/kindafunnygames of Andy's 26-hour-long video of the Hollow Knight marathon.
Oh, yeah. 26 hours of fun, of rage, of cool discoveries, and of, at one point, just a lot of arguments about what's being ordered food-wise between me, Roger, and Mike.
Did you keep in the drug conversation?
The drug conversation?
Yeah.
What about what drugs?
What do you mean?
When I had to send everybody the DARE pledge?
No. Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
That is there.
Everybody remember, you took a DARE pledge, all right? McGruff, the crime dog, is looking out on it for all of us, all right?
I feel like I was coerced into a DARE pledge. You know?
It doesn't matter. You signed it. That's legally binding.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great weekend. Play a lot of games. Watch all the streams we still have coming today. And until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.